Hey guys, today I'm gonna showcase a very specific feature released called filters. And in order to showcase the filtering feature, I'm gonna show you one of our customers' pricing, which is Mistral. Um, in its pay-as-you-go pricing, you can see that there is a very specific feature called open source models, and the price of this feature depends on several dimensions. The first dimension impacting the pricing would be the model that is used. And the second dimension would be the type of the token used, which is the input or the output. I'm going to replicate that into Lago to show you how flexible this filtering feature is. And there you go. So I'm going to add first a billable metric. And this billable metric, which is the metric used to track usage, would be the tokens. This feature will be metered, meaning that it's a pure metering usage. And I'm going to sum all the tokens used for a very specific period. So I'm going to use here the property to aggregate will be the tokens. On top of that, I want to bring filters for one very specific SKU you have and pricing component you have. You will be able to define different pricing based on filter combination. So the first filter is the models that is used here, right? So I'm going to add a filter, and this filter name will be models. And the values will be the type of model that is used by the customers. So I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add this very specific model. And I'm going to add this last model impacting my pricing. On top of that, I can add an unlimited number of filters. So regardless the complexity of your pricing, Lago can adjust that to make sure that it fits exactly your need. The second type of filter would be the type of token used. So I'm going to add here the types. And the first value would be output. And the second value would be input. I'm going to add this billable metric. And I'm going to show you how to replicate this pricing with a single usage-based metric. So here in my plans, I'm going to add a new plan, which is the pay-as-you-go plan. As it's fully pay-as-you-go, I'm going to add 0 as a subscription fee, and I'm going to bring only usage-based charges. So I'm going to add here a meter charge with the tokens metrics we've been creating. Here you can have a default price, meaning if the events you're sending, the usage events you're sending are not listing the filters you've been defining, then it's going to fall into the default price. I'm going to remove that and show you how to create a combination of filters. So first, I want to use this model, the 7B, with a type input, right? So I'm going to use a package pricing because here it's per million tokens used. And I'm going to use the first model, which is a 7B, with a combination of type input, right? So my filter here, my price depends on if this model is used and a type input. And here I'm going to add 0.25 cents per million token used. Okay? I'm going to add a new filter. So new filter combination is the 7B, but with a model type, which is output. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to use the 7B, but the types here would be output. And in that case, the price is very different, right? In that case, it's the same, but for other types of models, you can have different pricing. So I'm going to use here exactly the same. And I'm going to do the same for all the models we have. So the second one will be the 7B, the 87B. So I'm going to bring that, 87B. And I'm going to bring another value, which is my type input. And here the price is 7 cents per million tokens. So I'm going to do the same. And the last one I'm going to show you is exactly the 87B model with the type, in that case, output. So here it's exactly the same price. All right, so I'm going to show you this. And let's do the other one, the last one, which is the 822B. So I'm going to bring this model called the 822B. And the model here is input. So the combination will be 20dB plus input. In that case, it's $2 per million token. And the last combination we have is the 22B output. All right. And here the price is $6 per million token. All right, so I define my pricing in my plan, and here I can price based on the combination of filter I have, right? So I'm gonna create a customer, assign the plan, and start ingesting usage. So here I got a customer. It would be Uli1234. Okay, and I'm gonna add the plan to that customer. So the pay-as-you-go plan, we can choose the subscription date as an interval of the plan. I'm assigning this plan, and if I go into the usage here, then the usage is broken down by all the combination of filters I've been defining before. And that's great because you have the flexibility to define your pricing based on those combination of filters. And now I'm gonna send usage for this customer. So let's say we have this customer. Here the property to send is tokens, and I'm going to use the filter. So in my properties I can send a bunch of values which are referring to my filters. So here the models used is, for example, let's say this one, the 7B, and the types I've been defining would be, for example, input. All right. I'm sending 440 tokens, and if I'm sending that right now, I got the event sent to my Lago instance, right? And in real time, you can see that the usage is increasing. And it's increasing only based on the dimensions, the filters we've been defining before. So the model 7B and a type input. So that's great. So you can send events, and based on the properties, Lago aggregate that and interpret that correctly. I'm going to do the same for the 22B, for example. So let's send a new model here. I'm going to send the value output for the types, and I'm going to send, let's say, 10,000 tokens. I'm going to send that, the event is ingested, and in that case, in real time, you have the number of tokens increasing and also the amount to be paid by your users. And if I go into the breakdown of usage, then you have here the values for 10,000 tokens that has been displayed for the right filter combination. So this is how you can use the filtering features to define combination of filters, and based on the usage even properties sent through the API, Lago aggregates that correctly to the right pricing model you've been defining.